look at this. Look at this. Why does the game always do this to me? Anytime I'm like, okay, I got a storyline idea. I'm going to push this wrestler. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. It's going to be cool. They always end up failing a drug test. The start of the saves, it happened with the Road Warriors, and I never touched the Road Warriors again after that. Because I was so afraid that he was going to fail a drug test after putting the title on him. I had big plans for the Godfather. Was going to push the Godfather. But he identified as a soft drug user by the WWF drug policy. It didn't get out. What we're going to do, I believe this is his, let's see. This is his third time. Third time. All right. Well. Oh, man. All right. We're going to send you to rehab. Ooh, what is going on, guys? This is your boy Dylan the Villain coming back at you once again with some more Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. We are Monday, week 4 of October 1997 in the Fleet Center in front of 13,778 people. This is our Go Home episode 2, No Mercy. Well, I shouldn't say Go Home episode, but this is our Go Home Monday Night Raw. Raw is War to the No Mercy pay-per-view. But before that, we got to get through the pre-show. And a pre-show match that had superb wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. Jushin Thunder Liger and the Hurricane defeat the Headbangers in 8:09 when Jushin Thunder Liger pinned Thrasher with a sheer drop. Drain Buster. In terms of in-ring work, Jushin Thunder Liger was head and shoulders above everyone else. This segment got a 56. Not bad. Thrasher with a 42 and Mosh with a 40. The Hurricane 52 and Jushin Thunder Liger being head and shoulders above everyone else, like this just said and I just read, got a 62. Very good. Mosh and Thrasher with the tag team specialist bonus. Jushin Thunder Liger and the Hurricane have great chemistry teaming together. That's the color commentary gave the match a boost. We're going to move on to that next segment, which I believe it is our opening segment of the show. Here we go. We open up with Shane McMahon in the ring. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, my dad can't be here as he is doing the final touches of our big main event match at No Mercy of Triple H and Shawn Michaels teaming up together once again to take on their former friends Kevin Hall and Scott Nash, the Invaders of WCW, with a winner take all stakes on the line here. With if Triple H and Shawn Michaels win, then the Invaders of Kevin Hall and Scott Nash and Sting can no longer be here in the World Wrestling Federation without being sued legally. And if Hall and Nash win, then Sting will get a title shot against our WWF World Heavyweight Champion, which is Triple H. But enough about that. I'm sure Dad will say plenty more about that later here tonight as we show you the live footage of the contract signing at Titan Towers this past week. But without further ado, I would like to welcome everybody to Raw is War and say that even though my dad is not here tonight, I am in charge here tonight, and I will be booking the matches tonight as I move forward with my new role as, and all of a sudden Chris Jericho's music hits, right? And the fans kind of pop a little bit, you know, it's Chris Jericho, everybody likes Jericho, you know, whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, people love Jericho. And Jericho comes to the ring and he goes, welcome to Raw is Jericho. And Shane McMahon kind of stands in the ring and Jericho as he's walking towards the ring, he's talking and he goes, "You see, Shane, I know how much you love your future brother-in-law, Dwayne. I know how much you love your future brother-in-law, Dwayne. But as the looks of it, he's not the Intercontinental Champion. It is I, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, your role model and everybody else's, your icon, the main event, Chris Jericho." And he goes, "The Rock likes to say that he has his own show on SmackDown. Well, from this day forward, it is no longer Raw is War. It is now going to be known as Raw is Jericho, Monday Night Jericho. That's where you can find me, baby." And Shane McMahon's just like, what the hell? You know, like he just looks at Jericho like, "What are you doing out here?" And he asks Jericho, he's like, what are you doing out here? And Jericho goes, "Well, just because I wasn't on the Croc show of SmackDown doesn't mean I don't know what goes on. And I heard that the Croc was backstage trying to politic his way into a match with Chris Jericho for my title that I beat him last week for my brand new Intercontinental Championship." And to clarify, Jericho is wearing the old Intercontinental Championship, the one that Randy Savage and Warrior and Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart, like, you know, all the guys before wore. Instead of the new one that The Rock was rewarded, Jericho's wearing the old one. And because the new one that The Rock was awarded was thrown into the ocean by one Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Jericho says, "As you can see, I'm the Intercontinental Champion." And Shane goes, yes, you are. I mean, you did beat the champion, The Rock, and become the Intercontinental Champion last week. And The Rock did ask for a match. But at the time, I was in no position of power to give him that title match. But now that I got the new position of being the new, and all of a sudden, as he goes to talk again, The Rock's music hits. You know, "You smell what The Rock is cooking?" And The Rock comes out. And he has a mic in hand, and he's talking smack the whole way to the ring, and he gets in the ring, and the whole time he's just like, "You want to come out here and talk about this is Raw is Jericho, Raw is Jericho. Half these people in this arena doesn't even give a damn if you're here or not, or whether you're on the Rock show of SmackDown. Nobody cares because nobody comes to pay to see your jabroni candy ass here, Chris Jericho." He goes, "I will admit that last week you beat The Rock, but you wouldn't have beat The Rock if it wasn't for Stone Cold Steve Austin sticking his nose in business that doesn't need to be stuck in. Because I'll tell you where he can stick that nose. He can stick it straight up your candy ass. And you see these boots right here? That's what I plan on doing to you tonight, because you were too scared to show up on SmackDown because you know I've laid the boots to you. And now that you're here on Raw is Jericho, then The Rock's gonna tell you one thing, and he's gonna turn his boot sideways, pause that son of a bitch, and stick it straight up your candy ass." And Shane McMahon kind of gets in the middle of him, and he's like, whoa, calm down. He goes, "Y'all two ain't fighting tonight. You see, I keep getting interrupted, and I'm trying to tell y'all that since my dad has been busy dealing with matters, that I have been promoted to the new active, and then as he goes to say what he is, Stone Cold's music hits, and Stone Cold comes out, and he has a microphone in hand, right? And the whole time he's walking to the ring, he's talking smack and getting in the ring like he usually does, you know. But instead of talking smack towards the ring, you know, he does his pose, and everybody's kind of like looking. You know, he hits the 4 turnbuckles. Then he asks for a mic, and he goes, "What's this I hear about taking my nose and sticking it straight up his candy ass? I don't think so. You see, I'm not like everybody else in the back who's gonna sit in the locker room and let you flap your little gums and talk smack about me, son. You see, I have no personal animosity against you, Rocky. I don't give a damn about you. I don't give a damn about that Intercontinental Championship belt. I don't give a damn about anything. The only thing I give a damn about is what Stone Cold Steve Austin whooped your candy ass, stumped a mud hole, and walked it dry with you. But yet Stone Cold Steve Austin has beaten everybody from the tip top to Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Kane. He's beaten them all, and Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't understand why I'm not the #1 contender for that World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. And Shane goes to talk, and he goes, "I'm not finished, Junior." And he puts it down, and he goes, "I'll tell you why I'm not the #1 contender. Because your father has made it perfectly clear multiple times that somebody like me, a beer drinking, a middle finger raising, a hell raising son of a gun, son of a bitch like Stone Cold Steve Austin shouldn't be the face of a wrestling promotion because you want to keep your little family-friendly oriented rating. Well, let me tell you something that you can do with that rating. You can stick it straight up your ass, Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon, or whatever last name McMahon that you want to be. Nobody in this arena gives a damn about if you're the new ass wiper of Vince McMahon or not. Are you the new ass kisser of The Rock? Nobody gives a damn, son. So I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to pick up your little phone in the back there. You're going to call up your daddy and give me a match here tonight so I can whoop these two son of bitches and send them back to the end of the line where they belong. And I don't care if that belt's on the line or not. I don't give a damn about that championship title. I want to prove a point, and the point being is that nobody in the back and nobody around the world is better than Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Shane's just like, "Are you done talking?" He goes, "I keep getting interrupted. And you know, as somebody with my brand new title, I don't appreciate getting interrupted. But you know what? I'll let it slide. You see, I really don't want to be like my father, an angry, vengeful man, petty at times. But I want to be feared like my dad. But I want to be respected at the same time." And they all kind of look at Shane, and he goes, "Before I was interrupted, I would like to announce that the board of directors has made me the commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation. I will be acting as the active owner, the on-screen commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation, but my father is too busy to run things." He's like, "I'll be seeing the day-to-day operations and booking matches from this moment forward." And they all kind of look at each other and they're kind of like, okay, we don't give a shit. And he goes, since I have the power to book matches, we're not going to see Stone Cold Steve Austin take on The Rock here tonight. If the crowd boos or, you know. He's like, we're not going to see Jericho take on The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship tonight. And we're not going to see The Rock take on either one of you here tonight. Or Steve Austin take on either one of you tonight. Or, he goes, but I'll tell you what we are going to see. This Sunday at No Mercy, we're going to see the three of y'all compete in the co-main event of No Mercy. And they all look at each other, and he's just like, and I'm proud to announce that we have the new Intercontinental Championship remade, and that title will be on the line in y'all's three matchup, crowning the first ever, once again, Intercontinental Champion, Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Chris Jericho, you are the reigning and defending Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, and you will be defending your title against The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in that matchup. So, gentlemen, I know that you three don't like each other. Well, I know two of y'all don't like each other. So I wish y'all the best of luck. Y'all want to beat up each other and argue and fight? Well, y'all have the opportunity this Sunday at No Mercy. And y'all also have the opportunity to walk away with one of the most prestigious wrestling titles in all of professional wrestling, the Intercontinental Championship. So, with that being said, good luck, gentlemen, and I'll see y'all Sunday at No Mercy. The crowd kind of like cheers and boos at the same time because they wanted to see Chris Jericho, The Rock, and Steve Austin get it on here tonight. But at the No Mercy pay-per-view, it will be Jericho versus The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the Intercontinental Championship. That segment went on a little bit longer than what I wanted to, so we are going to move on to our next segment, which is our opening matchup and a decent matchup. Legion of Doom beat Bomb and Crush when Road Warrior ML submitted Bomb for some reason. I don't know why they do submission holds and stuff like that. But anyway, Bomb and Crush with a 50 and 55 respectively. Road Warrior Hawk with a 68 and Animal with a 64. The match got a 67. Not a bad match, but not good either. Bomb and Crush, great chemistry teaming together. Road Warrior, Hawk, and Animal showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Road Warrior, Animal, and Hawk have the tag team special opponents. Nelson Color Commentary gave the match a boost. We're going to move on to the next segment. A lot of talking here tonight. After that matchup, we cut to the announcer's desk and we come back, and it is Kane and The Undertaker fighting backstage. I mean, they're just going at it. For no reason, they're just boom, 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 fighting. You know, security's trying to break them up and everything like that. And they eventually do. You know, they eventually get some of the bigger wrestlers on the roster to break them apart. You know, I mean, there's not a lot of bigger guys, bigger than Kane and The Undertaker. But they separate them and everything like that and split them apart and all that good stuff. But we're going to move on to the next segment. That got 100. And in a decent match, I didn't know if I wanted to put the promo before or after, and I went ahead and did it after. But we have the ECW World Heavyweight Champion, Taz. He walks out with the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. As y'all know, for longtime viewers of The Save, the World Wrestling Federation has purchased ECW a few months ago, and ECW is now the developmental of the World Wrestling Federation, and their World Heavyweight Champion, Taz, showed up last week to take on Raven, and he is here tonight. He beats Bob Holly by submission with a Taz mission. The match got a 62. Not a bad match. I mean, you know. Taz with a 70, not bad. And Bob Holly with a 61. Ravens headache storyline advances. Enough to color commentary gave the match a boost. We're going to move on to that promo. And after the match, Taz picks up a microphone. And he goes, Raven, you're probably wondering why I came out last week. You see, you keep calling yourself the King of Hardcore. Well, brother, you ain't the King of Hardcore, brother. You ain't the king of nothing. You're the king of a big pile of dog shit. If I had to say anything. He goes, you're nothing. You always been nothing, and you always will be nothing. You bitched and moaned when you were in the ECW. You bitch and moan when you were in the ECW. And then I watch you here, and you bitch and moan here. But you keep claiming that you're the best. You keep putting down something that I helped build. That not only that I helped build, but that you helped build. And you put it down. You talk bad about it. You say that you're ashamed of wrestling in the bingo halls. Well, brother, I know one thing and I know one thing. And I know one thing and I know one thing and I know one thing. Is that you loved it just as much as I love it. And for you to come out here week after week and put it down, well, it makes me freaking sick. I don't care if you think you're a badass by beating up a 68-year-old man. I don't care if you think you're a badass by beating up a man who doesn't know who he is 1 week from the next. I don't care if you think you're a badass by beating up one of my best friends, Tommy Dreamer. I don't care if you think you're a badass beating up whoever you want to beat up for that little duct tape championship title that you have. You keep saying that you're the king of hardcore, you're the king of extreme. Well, brother, this title right here says that I'm the king of extreme. This title right here says I'm the extreme heavyweight champion. And the last time I checked, I beat you for this championship title. I made you tap out. I made you submit, just like I made this chump submit here tonight. So if you're man enough, and I know that you will face me this Sunday at the pay-per-view so I can choke you out and shut your ass up once and for all. And I tell you what, Raven, you put your little title on the line, and I'll put my title on the line. And we'll see which one of us is the real king of extreme. And he throws down the mic, and he walks out of the ring. This segment got a 94. Awesome job by Taz cutting that promo. His mic skills are pretty good. I got to give him that. He pulled off a 94. Both men did a good job talking on the mic. I gave Raven some mic skills also. They're pretty close when it comes to mic, which I was quite surprised from Taz. But hey, the storyline gained heat, and we move on to the next segment, which is we see Shane McMahon sitting in his brand new office as he is now the commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation, the active commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation. And The Undertaker comes in. And Shane's just like, oh, whoa, hold on. And Undertaker's just like, look. He goes, I'm not going to threaten you. Because if I wanted to beat your ass, I would have did it a long time ago. He goes, I'm not coming in here asking for a title shot. I'm not coming in here asking for this or that. He goes, I think you know why I'm coming in here. You think I know why? I think you know why I came in here. and I think you know what I want. And he's like, I brought back my brother from the dead, and now it's time for me to send him back to hell where he belongs. Because all he's done since he's been here is caused me pain and misery beyond belief. He's held me back time and time and time again, and I'm sick and tired of it. I want what I deserve, but I'm tired of bitching about it. So I'm going to start doing something about it. Just like half these guys on this roster planning on doing. But before that, I'm going to get rid of this thorn on my side. So I'll tell you what, Shane. I want a match against my brother Kane at No Mercy. And I don't want just any type of match. I want to bury his ass alive and send him back to hell where he belongs. And Shane McMahon's just like, you sure you want this match? Undertaker's like, yeah, I want this match. Shane's just like, well. He goes, well, Dad already was talking about booking you and Kane in a match. But he's like, Taker, this is it. I mean, if you lose, it's pretty much done. You're pretty much over. One of y'all is going to be the winner, and one of y'all is going to be, well, dead. Taker's like, that's the point, boy. He goes, I know my brother Kane better than anybody. We have fought each other many times in the past, but it ends this Sunday at No Mercy. And I will make Kane rest in peace. And Undertaker walks off. We're going to move on to the next segment. So this Sunday at No Mercy, it's going to be Kane versus The Undertaker for the final time. The winner taking the ultimate prize of getting to live, while the loser dies, gets buried alive. I don't know how to say anyway. With the loser being buried alive, we're going to move on to our next segment here. And we hear commotion in the hallway, and it's Big Show and Sid Vicious, and they're fighting it once again. They're beating each other up once again. They're going at it once again. Sid Vicious mad because Big Show took his job, and Big Show basically just fighting them. And they end up fighting. And about that had Sensational Wrestling, Fantastic Heat. Big Show beats Sid Vicious by pinfall with a choke slam. The match got an 88. Both men with a one man with a 96 and the other with a 95. Battle of the Giant storyline advances, and it comes to an end. I'm going to end this storyline because why did it do an 88? Oh, that's crazy. I don't know why I did an 88. Thinking we'd get a 90-something with these two guys in it, but, you know, it is what it is. And it comes to an end. Big Show beats Sid. He leaves, they fight backstage, and he leaves Sid and pretty much in a pool of his own blood. And we're going to go ahead and end that storyline moving forward. We're going to move on to the next segment, which is the tag team matchup between Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio has to find a mystery partner. So does Kurt Angle. And we come back from commercial, and we see Rey Mysterio come out. And then his mystery tag team partner comes out, and it's Dean Malenko. And they're in the ring. Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio are good friends, and, they're hyping each other up and everything like that. And all of a sudden, Kurt Angle's music hits, and he comes out, and he has a mic in his hand, and he goes, whoa, 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 hold on one second. He goes, Ray, I see that you found yourself a tag team partner. And I'm proud of you, Ray. I'm proud that you actually have somebody here in the World Wrestling Federation that actually likes you. And, you know, he smiles and everything like that. And the crowd's, Ray, 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 Ray. And Kurt Angle's was like, calm down, calm down. I know I'm great, I know I'm great. And the crowd boos and everything. And then Kurt Angle grabs the mic and goes, well, unfortunately, for myself, I've had so many people come up to me backstage wanting to be my tag team partner for this matchup that I just couldn't pick and choose anyone to be my tag team partner. So, therefore, the match is canceled. We cannot have our tag team match because I, Kurt Angle, couldn't decide on which one of these fantastic wrestlers in the back I wanted to be my tag team partner. I couldn't agree on anybody. So the match is canceled. Goodbye, Ray. Thank you. I win the match by default. And then all of a sudden Shane McMahon's music hits. You know, the no chance. That's what you got. And Shane comes out and he goes, hold on, Kurt. He goes, last time I checked, I was in charge. And the last time I checked, it wasn't that people were begging you to be your tag team partner. It was that you begged everybody that you knew in the back to be your tag team partner. All the way from to Eddie Guerrero, all the way to the Brooklyn Brawler, with everybody saying no. Not because they want to be your friend and like you, Kurt. Because everybody does not like you. It's not my fault, and it's not these fans' fault that you couldn't find a tag team partner. It's not Ray's fault that you couldn't find a tag team partner either. And it's definitely not the fans' fault that they get robbed out of a match here tonight because you couldn't find a tag team partner, Kurt. So I'll tell you what. Instead of it being a tag team match, it's now going to be a handicap match with tag team rules. And Kurt's like, what? What, are you serious? What? That's not fair. That's not fair. And he's just like, it's not fair, Kurt? Well, last time I checked, Ray has 2 wins against you, and you have no wins against Ray. And you were the one who asked for this match on SmackDown. And he goes, the match was advertised, and I'm not going to let these fans down who paid hard-earned money to see this matchup. So you can either compete in this match, or I'll suspend you. It's your choice. Kurt's just like, what? This is not fair. It's not fair at all. You know? And Kurt's like, fine, fine, fine. You know, I'm an Olympic gold medalist. I won these gold medals last year in the Olympics with a broken freaking neck, and I sure in the hell can beat these 2 midgets out in the ring. He's like, you know what? You're on. And we go to that matchup, which got an 88. Oh, no. That's not good at all. In a superb match, Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio. Kurt Angle defeats Rey Mysterio Jr. and Dean Malenko in a handicap match. Of course he does. When he submits Dean Malenko with an ankle lock. Of course he does. Kurt Angle carried the match in ring work. And Dean Malenko was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else. The match got an 88. Kurt Angle with a 96. Dean Malenko with a 74. And, I mean, that's still pretty good. And Rey Mysterio with a 83. Kurt Angle returns. Storyline loses heat, sadly. Rey Mysterio and Dean Malenko do not click as a team. And their timing was all over the place, which is sad to see. And Kurt Angle benefited from having crowd support. We then go on to this segment, which is we see a pre-taping of the contract signing at Titan Towers between the big main event at No Mercy when the two invaders, the two outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, who has lucrative contracts to where they can compete in any company that they see fit. They are not signed WWF talent. Will be taking on Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a tag team matchup. We see them signing the contract. We see their names being put on the contract. All four men sign and agree to this matchup here tonight, with the winner. If Triple H and Shawn Michaels wins, then the team of Kevin Hall and Scott Nash must return back to the organization that they are hired to, WCW, and never return back to the World Wrestling Federation. And if Scott Hall and Kevin Nash wins, then their leader, the mastermind behind all this hostile takeover of the World Wrestling Federation, Sting, will be getting a World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship matchup in the future. This segment got a 100. All four men signed the contract. It is on here at this Sunday at No Mercy. We're going to move on to the next segment. We go to this segment, and it is Michael Cole. And he's like, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dude Love. And Dude Love comes up and he's, oh, Lord, have mercy. Michael Cole's like, Dude Love, we haven't seen you here in the World Wrestling Federation since WrestleMania. He's like, where you been? What have you been up to? And Dude Love's just like, oh, Daddy, oh, you know that Dude Love had to go take care of them ladies. Yeah, you know, it was the summertime, baby, and Dude Love had to go partake in that summer love. Ow, have mercy. And Michael Cole's just like, well, Dude Love, we're glad to have you back here in the World Wrestling Federation. And tonight, you take on one of your former best friends, one of your former friends, Owen Hart. How do you feel about that? And Dude Love goes, oh, Daddy, oh. I know that me and Owen boy had our falling out in the past, but I'm hoping to mend our friendship in the future. You see, I don't know what I've done to make Owen attack me at WrestleMania when we were tag team champions, and we're before WrestleMania when we were tag team champions, and he attacked me and injured me pretty good. But I'm very thankful that Cactus Jack stepped in and took my place to be Owen Hart's opponent at WrestleMania. And Michael Cole kind of looks at Dude Love and he goes, you know, you kind of look like Cactus Jack. Ain't that weird? Dude Love goes, what? Nah, we're nothing. We don't even look alike. Michael Cole's like, he looks at him again. He's like, you know what? You're right. You have a tattoo on your arm, and he doesn't. And Dude Love looks down at his tattoo and he's like, you're right. I have a tattoo. That's what makes us different. Yeah, you're right. And Michael Cole's like, well, Dude Love, I'm glad to see you back. You know, you're always a treat to interview, and you're always a fun personality to have backstage. And he goes, I wish you luck tonight on your match against Owen Hart. And he goes, oh, thank you, Daddy-O. Dude Love is planning on sticking around for quite some time, Daddy. Oh, have mercy. Segment got a 100. Good job, Dude Love, on that microphone. The Broken Heart storyline advances. And we move on to that matchup that got an 89. Not bad. In a bout that had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat, Owen Hart defeats Dude Love by submission with a sharpshooter. Do Love with a 95, and Owen Hart with a 95. The Broken Heart storyline advances, and Do Love benefited from having amazing form. This segment got a 89. Not bad at all. We move on to our next segment. Oh, after that, you know, he taps Do Love out, and Do Love rolls out of the ring, and Owen Hart kind of looks frustrated, you know. We got a 100. And Owen grabs the mic, and he goes, you know, each and every single week, I come out here, and I say, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. And you know what? Like my brother Brett had his meltdown many months ago, I see what this company will do to you. And I see that this and everything is a big pile of bullshit, just like he said. He goes, it's not fair that each and every single week that I get robbed out of my opportunity at the World Wrestling Federation Championship. I'm supposed to be the #1 contender. I beat Bret Hart. I beat my brother Bret. I beat Do Love. I beat everybody that they put me in the ring against. And I proved that it's my opportunity for the championship. And what happens? Huh? Instead of booking me in the main event where I belong against the champion, they don't even have me booked on the freaking card because these two people from another organization gets to steal the main event from me, and I don't even get my title shot opportunity. And he's like, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. And he goes, so I'll tell you what, Triple H, when you get done winning this matchup at No Mercy, he goes, I don't care if you competed the night before, I want my damn title shot on Monday Night Raw. And he goes, and I hate to use a line from my brother, but he's shit. I'm the best there is, I'm the best there was, and I'm the best there ever will be, because I am a Hart. And then all of a sudden, Bret Hart's music hits, and Owen kind of looks, and Bret Hart comes, you know, he walks on the stage, and we haven't seen Bret Hart in quite some time, and Bret Hart's standing there, and he looks, and he goes, Owen, you know, I'm man enough to admit defeat, that at Unforgiven, you were the better man, and you beat me. I will admit that I lost that night. I will admit that you beat me at WrestleMania 10. I will admit that from time to time you have the better of me. But like the old saying goes, every dog has his day. And that's all you are, Owen, is a dog. You claim you come out here and you steal my catchphrase and say that you're the best there is, best there was, the best there ever will be. Well, instead of coming out here and crying each and every single week about how you're getting robbed of opportunities, it kind of sounds familiar. While I was sitting at home in Calgary watching you on TV, it made me realize how much of a whiny, crybaby, little sniveling punk I was. And that's not me. That's not Bret Hart. I don't come out here and talk about what I'm going to do or how great I am. I come out here each and every week and I prove how great I am. I prove why I'm the best there is, best there was, and best there ever will be, because I am just that. So, Owen, are you the best there is, best there was, and best there ever will be? And Owen's like, you're damn right I am. And he goes, why don't you shut up and why don't you prove it this Sunday at No Mercy? To prove once and for all that if you are the best that you say you are, that you can beat me one-on-one in a fair matchup. And Owen's just like, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm going to beat you. Brett's just like, so I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you no mercy at No Mercy. And he goes, the matchup that I want, Owen, I want a submission match. Because I want to hear you cry. Just like when we were in the basement as kids. I want to hear you cry, beg and scream. Like you used to when I used to beat your ass as a kid. And Owen kind of gets mad. He's just like, so, I'll see you this Sunday, Owen. And we're going to go ahead and finish the show. The show got a 94. Increased our popularity in 23 reasons. It would have increased our popularity in Canada, but we were limited to the viewers in Canada. We're going to go ahead and finish the show. WCW Nitro. In case y'all haven't noticed, I updated TEW. I am now on 1.44. So far, I really haven't seen any changes in matches, except for oh my god, the match ratings, which was kind of weird because two people got a 95. Storyline had good heat, and the match only got an 88. So I was kind of like, oh, okay. So maybe they fixed the ratings to where, you know, and all that good stuff. So we may not be pumping out 100s or big 90 matches like we used to. So that might be a thing. So I might actually have to start working for my ratings again instead of cashing in on the guys that I know that can work and do. I might actually have to. I mean, everybody on the roster deserves a spot on the roster. You know, like I don't have, in my opinion, I don't think I have one guy on the roster who doesn't belong on the roster. There's a couple guys that I want to send back to developmental to get some more pop. But, like, everybody is at a good rating to where I need them to be on the card. But enough of that. Enough of that. We got some big news. The NWO, the New World Order stable in WCW, is being broken up according to the rumor mill. Apparently, the group is felt to have served its purpose and will be disbanded in favor of a different creative direction. NWO loses a member. In WCW news, our sources have confirmed that Hollywood Hogan has been removed from the NWO, effective immediately. The change, which was hardly unexpected, is because character-wise, Hollywood Hulk Hogan no longer fits with the stable. That's crazy. What are you talking about? It's the leader of the NWO. What are you talking about? Whoever they got booking over there is a moron. I'll put it that way. Let's, I mean, they sold out. they only got 3,000 people. So, WCW is losing money, and they're losing money pretty fast. Which, hopefully I don't break anything. Hopefully I don't show y'all stuff that I don't want y'all to see. But we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see here. There they are. So yeah, they're losing money. But yeah, they put this guy as the booker, and I don't know who the hell this guy is. Have no clue who he is, but he is the booker of WCW, and He's not doing a good job. I'll just put it that way. He's not doing a very good job at. He's not doing a good job. Yeah, he's not. But apparently WCW has been losing money since the start of the save, and I never noticed. Never noticed it. And they're, as y'all saw, they're pretty far in the hole. ECW wasn't even that bad off. I think they were probably like 100K in the hole before I bought them out. And I've been trying to buy out WCW for like 2 months now, and every time they're just like, no. So I don't know if I can or not, or how long I have to wait. Like, how long do they have to be in the red before, you know, I can buy them and everything like that. But we're going to try to buy WCW. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm going to try to buy them. Because that would be cool. I would love to buy WCW this early on, because that would be awesome. But probably not. Probably not. They fell in size. I do know that. And they're running out of money pretty fast. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save it. This episode has been long enough. So let's do the outro. My name is Dylan Villain, guys. Thank you all for watching. Like always, the subscribe icon will be right here over the Raw is War logo. The playlist of all the episodes of this TEW save will be on the lower right-hand side over last night results. And the previous episode of Sunday Night Heat will be right here on the right-hand side, guys. Thank y'all for watching as always. Thank y'all for liking the video. Thank y'all for leaving a comment down below. It helps out the channel a lot, guys. I love reading comments. I love responding back to y'all. I highly enjoy it. Thank y'all for the ones who do. And like we always say here at Pro Am Gaming, if you can't play with each other, do what I'm doing right now and play with yourself. Thank you guys for watching this episode, and we will see y'all on the Go Home episode to No Mercy of SmackDown. Thank you guys, and we'll see y'all on the next one.